Hey there. Welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something real. When people talk behind your back, when someone tries to trigger you, when someone wants a reaction just to feel powerful, do you speak or do you stay silent? Because silence is not emptiness. Silence is a mirror. It shows a person exactly who they are. When you stay calm while others try to provoke you, the truth about them becomes loud, and the truth about you becomes clear. Silence shows maturity. Silence shows control. Silence shows that you're not owned by emotions, rumors, or insecurity. Most people don't understand this. They think silence is weakness. They think you're scared, confused, or unsure. But the truth is, silence reveals what noise hides. It exposes intentions, it exposes character, and it exposes insecurity. Stoic philosophy teaches that you can't control other people, but you can always control your response. Epictetus said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." That's the power of silence. The moment someone can't make you react, they lose control over you. Silence forces others to see themselves without distraction. When you stop arguing, stop defending, stop explaining, people are left alone with their actions. And that is when the truth hits them. Silence shows their guilt. Silence exposes their lies. Silence reveals who was real, who was fake, and who never deserved access to your energy. When you stay silent, you don't sink to their level. You rise above it. You step into strength. You step into self-respect. You make it clear, I don't need to speak to win. I don't need to argue to prove my worth. I don't need to explain who I am. Your silence reflects your power. Your silence becomes the mirror they can't run from. Before we go deeper, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence is strength. My silence is power. My silence is truth. Now let's talk about how silence becomes your greatest weapon. Number 1, silence reveals the truth about people. Silence is where people expose themselves. When you stop arguing, when you stop reacting, when you stop explaining, you allow others to reveal who they truly are. If someone really cares, they will ask, not accuse. If someone respects you, they will communicate, not attack. If someone values you, they will listen, not shout. A person's behavior in your silence shows more than their words ever could. Stoics believed that character is not proven by speech. It is proven by action. Seneca said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." He meant that human behavior speaks for itself. You don't have to correct every lie. You don't have to defend every rumor. You don't have to chase closure. When you stay silent, you see who grows uncomfortable, who gets angry, who feels guilty, who tries to manipulate your peace. Silence exposes intentions. The insecure will fill your silence with assumptions. The guilty will fill it with excuses. The mature will fill it with effort. And the right people will fill it with respect. People will tell you everything when you stop speaking. You just have to pay attention. Silence isn't passive. It's observation. It's intelligence. It's emotional strength. When you stop responding to disrespect, you show that their words can't reach you. When you stop reacting to attacks, you show that they hold no power. When you stop defending your worth, you show that you already know who you are. Silence gives you clarity. Silence gives you peace. And silence gives you answers that arguments never give. From now on, every time someone tries to pull you into drama, take a breath and stay calm. Let silence do the work. Because silence is a mirror, and people always reveal themselves when they are forced to face their own reflection. Number 2, Silence protects your energy and your value. Not everyone deserves a response. Not every comment deserves attention. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Your peace is your responsibility, and silence is how you protect it. People drain you when you argue. They drain you when you explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. They drain you when they know exactly which words trigger you. Stoics had one rule: guard your mind like a fortress. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Silence is that power. When you stay quiet, you are not losing. You are conserving energy. You are keeping your dignity. You are showing that your emotions belong to you, not to others. Silence allows you to think before you speak. It keeps you from saying words you regret. It keeps you from reacting out of anger. It keeps you from lowering yourself to someone else's level. When you stay silent, you rise above noise. You rise above manipulation. You rise above childish behavior. People who can control their words can control their lives. People who stay silent when provoked show more strength than those who explode. Silence is emotional discipline. Silence is self-respect. Silence is maturity. When you don't respond, you don't lose. You win. You win your peace. You win your focus. You win your time back. You stop letting other people write the script of your emotions. You stop letting negativity rent space in your mind. You stop feeding conflict that doesn't deserve to grow. From now on, do not give your voice to those who only listen to start a fight. Do not give your explanations to those who already made up their mind. Do not give your emotions to people who enjoy seeing you lose control. Your silence is proof that you value yourself more than the argument. Speak when it's worth it. Grow quiet when it's not. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My silence protects me. Number 3, silence makes people respect you more. Silence creates space, and space creates respect. When you speak less, your words become valuable. When you don't react to every insult or rumor, people start to realize you are not someone who can be pulled into foolishness. The loud ones look emotional. The silent ones look powerful. Real strength is calm. Real confidence is quiet. A person who can stay silent when misunderstood or provoked is a person who owns themselves. Seneca said, "Self-command is the greatest command of all." Your silence shows that you command yourself. It shows that you are not controlled by anger or insecurity. People respect what they cannot shake. When they see that you don't respond to disrespect, you become someone they cannot play with. When you refuse to explain yourself every time someone questions you, you show that your self-worth does not depend on their understanding. People who matter will see your silence and step smarter around you. They'll choose their words more carefully. They'll realize they can't talk to you any type of way because you are not accessible to nonsense. Silence forces people to handle you with caution, and caution turns into respect. When you don't chase attention, you receive it. When you don't demand respect, you earn it. Silence is your armor. It protects your value. It shows that you are not desperate to be seen or heard. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth because your presence speaks for itself. The more you stay silent, the more people start thinking about what you're thinking. They become more mindful. They start reflecting. They start questioning themselves. A silent person becomes unpredictable, and unpredictability creates power. People can't control you because they don't know how you will react. That mystery makes them treat you differently. Loud people explain themselves to everyone. Silent people explain themselves to no one. Loud people try to prove they're right. Silent people let time prove everything. When silence is your response, respect becomes the result. Number 4. Silence builds unbreakable inner peace. Peace is power, and silence is the doorway to it. When you learn to quiet your mind and hold your composure in chaos, nothing outside can disturb your balance. People who live in noise are controlled by it, but those who find comfort in silence are free. The Stoics believed that peace does not come from the absence of problems, but from the ability to remain steady in the middle of them. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That means your calmness is your control. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you strengthen your inner world. You take power back from anyone who tries to shake you. You stop letting words or situations control your emotions. You become grounded, focused, and unshakable. Silence gives you the space to understand yourself before you respond. It helps you see things clearly without being blinded by anger or pride. When you live from a place of peace, you stop taking things personally. You stop needing to prove anything. You stop giving energy to what doesn't matter. Peace is not weakness. It is the highest form of power because it keeps you from being manipulated. People who know your triggers can control you, but when your silence protects your peace, they lose that access. You rise above their noise. You start responding only to what aligns with your purpose. You no longer react impulsively because your silence lets you pause, breathe, and see the bigger picture. You become aware of what truly deserves your attention and what doesn't. Your peace becomes your boundary. Your silence becomes your shield. When you protect your peace, you protect your purpose. You can't hear your intuition in noise. You can't grow if you keep reacting. You can't heal if you keep explaining. Stay silent long enough to understand yourself, and you'll find everything you've been searching for. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My peace is my priority. Number 5. Silence heals your mind and protects your emotions. Healing doesn't happen in noise. Healing happens when you stop arguing, stop defending, and stop replaying the story in your head. Silence gives you space to breathe, to think, to understand what you feel without getting stuck in the chaos around you. When you stay quiet, you break the cycle of emotional reactions. You stop letting others drain you. You stop giving your energy to battles that hurt your spirit. Silence gives you time to process pain, not hide it. It lets you sit with your emotions and understand them instead of exploding or shutting down. The Stoics believed that clarity comes from stillness. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." He meant that your peace and healing are more important than how others see you. You don't need approval to recover. You don't need attention to feel valid. You need silence to hear your own voice again. When you go silent, your heart stops competing with noise. You start noticing how you feel, what you need, and what you must let go of. You learn who deserves access to you and who only drains you. Silence shows you who listens and who only talks. It shows you where the pain came from and what wound still needs care. You can't heal while arguing. You can't heal while explaining yourself to someone who enjoys seeing you hurt. Silence helps you detach. Silence helps you accept. Silence helps you rebuild. Every silent moment is a step toward emotional strength. You free yourself from trying to change people. You free yourself from trying to make others understand. You free yourself from pain that keeps repeating because you keep reopening it. Healing is not loud. Healing is steady. Healing needs silence. Protect your emotions by choosing not to respond to everything. Protect your heart by stepping back when someone tries to trigger you. Protect your mind by giving yourself quiet time, even if it means walking away from noise you used to tolerate. Number 6. Silence makes your actions louder than words. Talking about your plans doesn't build a future. Arguing about your worth doesn't prove anything. When you choose silence, you shift your power from words to actions. People can debate what you say, but they can't deny what you do. Silence turns effort into evidence. The Stoics believed in doing rather than talking. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one that means stop explaining yourself. Stop announcing your moves. Stop trying to convince anyone. Just work. Just build. Just grow." When you move in silence, your results become your voice. People who doubted you will see. People who counted you out will watch. People who laughed will stay quiet. Actions end arguments without a single word. When you stop telling everyone what you're doing, you protect your goals. You protect your progress. You protect your focus. Silence keeps negativity away. It keeps jealous eyes from interfering. It keeps distractions from slowing you down. Loud people want attention. Silent people want success. Every time you choose silence, you choose progress. The world talks too much. Most people brag, announce, complain, and exaggerate. But the ones who stay silent are the ones who surprise everyone. When you improve in silence, suddenly you walk into rooms differently. You speak differently. You carry yourself with a confidence that doesn't need to be advertised. You don't argue to prove your worth, because your life already proves it. You don't respond to jealousy or rumors, because your growth already overshadows them. Silence gives you space to grind. Discipline grows stronger when it's not being watched. You start achieving things others thought you were too quiet to accomplish. Remember this: lions don't need to roar to prove they're lions. Their presence speaks for them. Your silence is not empty. It is filled with work, patience, and determination. One day, the same people who tried to pull you into noise will silently respect you because you stayed focused. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I succeed quietly. Number 7. Silence stops you from giving your power away. Every time you react to someone who doesn't deserve your energy, you hand them control. When someone can trigger you with a comment, a lie, or a disrespectful act, they own you in that moment. Silence breaks that control. Silence keeps your power in your hands. Epictetus said, "If someone provokes you, realize it is your judgment that provokes you." That means the real battle is inside you, not outside. People can do whatever they want, but your response is always your choice. When you stay silent, you refuse to be controlled. You refuse to be manipulated. You refuse to let someone else dictate your emotions. The person who stays silent is the person who chooses strength over impulse. There are people who live off reactions. They poke, they provoke, they insult, they lie, just to see if they can make you break. They want to see you angry. They want to see you cry. They want to see you lose control, because the moment you do, they win. Silence takes their victory away. You stop feeding their ego. You stop feeding their drama. You stop giving them entertainment. Your calm confuses them. Your silence frustrates them. Your self-control destroys their plan. And that's exactly why silence is powerful. When you choose silence, you are saying, "I am not controlled by anyone. My emotions are mine." The world loves reaction. The world loves chaos. The loudest one usually looks the weakest, because the loudest one is the one who has lost control. The silent one looks unshakable, because they don't need to perform. They don't need to prove anything. Silence protects your dignity. Silence protects your boundaries. Silence protects your mental strength. When you choose silence, you choose yourself. You choose peace. You choose maturity. And over time, silence teaches people how to treat you. They learn they can't get under your skin. They learn you are not someone who can be dragged into conflict. They learn you respect yourself too much to fight for attention. And when you respect yourself, the world follows. Number 8. Silence shows who you are without saying a word. Silence is not just the absence of talking. Silence is presence. Silence is identity. Silence is strength expressed in the purest form. You don't have to speak to show confidence. You don't have to react to prove intelligence. You don't have to argue to establish value. Silence shows everything without a single sentence. Stoics believed that character is louder than speech. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." That means who you are inside shows on the outside, even when you say nothing. Your silence reflects discipline. It reflects patience. It reflects self-respect. When you stay silent, you show the world that you don't collapse under pressure. You don't break when someone pushes you. You don't fall apart when life gets loud. Anyone can talk big. Anyone can shout. Anyone can argue. Real strength is staying in control when everything around you is out of control. Silence proves you are grounded. Silence proves you think before reacting. Silence proves you move with purpose, not impulse. Silence makes people wonder what you're planning, what you're thinking, what you're becoming. It builds mystery, and mystery builds respect. You're not predictable. You're not emotional on command. You're not available for games. Silence is also a test. It shows who stands with you, who checks on you, who respects you even when you're not talking. The fake ones disappear. The real ones stay. Silence filters your life. It brings clarity about relationships, decisions, and direction. You learn who values you beyond your voice. You learn who listens with their heart, not their ego. The person who stays silent gains wisdom. The person who speaks less observes more. The person who observes more understands life deeper. Silence shapes you into someone who thinks clearly and moves wisely. You stop wasting words. You stop wasting energy. You stop wasting emotional strength on people who don't deserve it. And in that silence, you grow stronger than ever before. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My silence speaks for me. Remember this. Silence is not emptiness, weakness, or avoidance. Silence is your shield. Silence is your strength. Silence is the mirror that exposes the truth about people and the truth about yourself. You don't need to argue to win. You don't need to react to prove anything. You don't need to speak to show power. Your calm is louder than noise. Your self-control is stronger than any attack. The Stoics taught that the strongest person is the one who rules their own mind. When you choose silence, you choose mastery. When you choose silence, you choose peace. When you choose silence, you choose growth. So from this day forward, don't waste your voice on what doesn't matter. Don't give your emotions to those who don't deserve them. Don't let anyone pull you out of character. Stay silent, stay focused, stay powerful. Before you go, drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence is strength. My presence has power. If this message spoke to you, hit subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Walk with calm confidence. Walk with discipline. And let silence show the world who you truly are.